Hey, what's up, guys? Toogie here, back again. A somewhat tired Toogie24 here, back again with another episode of my Seattle Sea Cattle Draft to Glory franchise mode series. And today, we prep for the 2030-2031 season, and then we sim through it. So yeah, really, we're getting ready for another season. You know the deal at this point. We're a little bit off of our normal path, where we, of course, have the team set and immediately begin simming. But that's been due to complications with a certain goaltender. Now, I lost the first. Emmy started freaking out, so I'm having to redo this intro flat out. I didn't want to back out of the mode, though, so I'll explain what's going on here with the goaltending. But, of course, we've been off the path because of Hainsey. Last season, of course, being an RFA. This season being an RFA. And our plans haven't really changed. We've offered Oshie a one-year deal because he doesn't want to re-sign. The hope, as we have, of course, been closer to being a playoff team, the hope is that if we make the playoffs, Oshie will be willing to resign. We hit him with the 85% trick, and we're good to go. Just in case, I'm still not sure if cap space will ever be an issue for us with how limited the player pool is that we have to pick from. But it's worth, better safe than sorry. That's why that saying is a thing. Hainsey, however, did not get an offer last year and was obviously on this team for last season. I'm intrigued to see if he gets an offer this time. Hargrave and Wisniewski have been sent offers. Hargrave will probably be the backup next year, with Wisniewski and Chelios in the AHL with Tacoma. So that is the current goaltending situation. Like I said, we have been close to the playoffs. This episode may be the episode. We'll have to see what happens. For now, let's keep getting this team set up. O'Donnell needs his first big-time contract. He is willing to re-sign. And we're definitely not going to offer that much. 5 years works, though. We wouldn't be adding that much more to the deal. But like I said, for these big-time contracts, especially those that have a little bit of term, 8.3. So let's drop that to, 8.35 might work. Which, that would be saving us quite a bit. Reza also needs a deal, and my God, is Reza looking to be paid. Same thing, though. We'll look for the 5-year deal, and we'll try to save ourselves a little bit of money. We can drop that down to 7.4. We'll add a little bit more to it just to play it safe. Bishop is absolutely worth re-signing. He doesn't want to stay, so we will have to offer him a little bit more money. We'll do the same thing that we did with Oshie. Let's go 1 year at $3 million, and he will hopefully be back. From there, let's see, if we have, who's our top 6 here? I guess Halischuk would be the odd man out if we keep the best 6 available. Halischuk, he's 22 and only a 66. He'll never be close, so we'll let him go, and we will look to re-sign everybody else to keep Tacoma as competitive as possible. I still don't really expect that team to ever make the playoffs, even though, the past couple of seasons they've turned around a little bit. Ty Smith, now 30 years old, will bring him back, and McDonald will also be back. We're not going to sign Wakabayashi just yet. And then there's one 20-year-old Festerini. He is already under contract, so that's good. Right wings. Oh, boy. Actually, let's just look at forwards in general. We know we're going to re-sign Belfour. He's not looking to re-sign, so let's go 1 year at 4.5. For Lorentz, also not looking to re-sign. 1 year at 3.5 will hopefully be enough. Volk, we'll look to bring him back. Also not willing to re-sign. 1 year at 2.5 should do the trick. Hamhuis, also looking to re-sign, or is looking to re-sign, also needs a contract. We'll just drop that down to 1.35. We don't have to save too much money there. Bits, how much are you looking for? Drop that down to 1.25 just to save a little bit of money. Anderson Dolan is willing to re-sign, so we'll go down to 1.75. Again, it's so weird that guys from those first draft classes that they're in their 30s now. It's insane. Horton, let's re-sign him, and I think Connor is also worth bringing back. I think it would be. I think Braithwaite is the 24th. Obviously, 12 forwards for both the NHL and the AHL. I believe Braithwaite is the 24th. Which means they don't necessarily need to re-sign Morgan Geekie. Someone like Woods can be let go of, though. He's not going to be needed. I'm pretty sure, though, that, yeah, Braithwaite represents one player too many. And, of course, he's never going to make it. Do we have any 20-year-olds that are worth signing? Meyer's not worth it. You could argue that Brust isn't worth it either. I still think I'll bring Braithwaite back, but he's definitely not needed. But we should be good to go. We should be good to go. Let's double check here who resigns. Cap-wise, we're not going to be in any trouble whatsoever. But, you know, we'll end up signing a veteran or two if we can. That's the one thing that could screw us over if someone like Braithwaite does resign. But we shouldn't be at the full contract amount. Let's just spam through this, and there were quite a few rejected contracts, which is unfortunate. But, hey, you know, negotiations, right? Negotiations. I'm just so eager to get to the start of the season. Obviously, I'm really intrigued to see what happens with Hainsey. Oshie rejected, really. Let's go 1 year at 12.5. I think I went up to 12. Let's go up to 12.5 for him. I mean, we're still at 63 million, so it's not really a concern. Everybody, wow, O'Donnell rejected too. That is not good. That is the one guy that I was hoping would not reject. All right, well, let's do the whole percent deal again, and we'll knock that down to 8.5. Hopefully that works. Same thing with Reza here. I'd prefer for it to be that 5-year deal. And we'll drop that to... Did I say 8.5 before? Yeah, I did. I don't know if I meant... I'm going to be off my game a little bit today. It's just a thing. Bishop. Let's see. Didn't I offer him 3? Or was it 3.5? I'm going to go up to 3.8 just to make sure he stays. Gleason rejecting is pretty ridiculous, but all right. How about 1 by 1? Crane rejecting is also quite ridiculous, but we should still be able to get him on a 2-way deal. And from there, I think we're okay. Let me just go to all expiring. Left wings, Horton rejected. Also, you're insane. Like, you're not going to get a contract otherwise unless you're with this team. What the hell are you thinking? Belfour will go all the way up to 5. I'd imagine that would be good enough. And Lawrence will bump it all the way up to 4. And again, I would like to think that is going to be enough. We're on 45 contracts, so we should still have the ability to sign a veteran or two to those big money deals. So, advanced day again, menu lag, you are tremendous. Hopefully everyone resigns here just for the sake of keeping this quick and simple, or, you know, yeah, screw it, we'll go quick and simple. Reza and O'Donnell, you're killing me. Oshie also, what the hell, guys? Especially some of these AHL level defensemen, it's like, you're not going to get a job anywhere else. You're going to sit at home. Because EA hasn't programmed in the ability for, like, DEL leagues, you know, or leagues like the DEL, to be like, yeah, sure, let's sign this guy. God damn it. How much money did I offer Oshie? Did I offer him, like, 12.5? What the hell? Fine, 14 it is. Jesus. Who do we have to... Oh, my God, this is ridiculous. All right, so, what the hell did I even knock that down to? I don't remember. What did we knock it down to? 8.3 should have been good enough. Let's go 5 years at 9 mil. That should be fine. And then Reza would have been, I don't even remember, what would it have been, like 7.3? So 5 years at 8 mil for you as well, I guess. Gleason, you are killing me here. You're not a good player. What are you thinking? Again, you're going to be sitting on your couch at home doing absolutely nothing. Have fun working at the supermarket, pal. I've been there. It's a fun place. Yeah, God, please. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, what is it worth your pride to be like, well, I want to be on a team that wins? It's like, that's not going to happen. because those teams don't want you, because you're garbage. I don't even want you, but you can make my life a tad bit easier if you just sign the damn contract, man. So please do, so that I can find out whether or not we're getting compensation for Hainsey. Here we go. Next day. Please, this is taking so much longer than I would have thought. O'Donnell, I hate you. I hate you so much. Okay. Well, they're getting the max deals. Everyone else is signed. O'Donnell and Oshie will be getting the max deals. Why O'Donnell's not signing, I have no idea. I mean, we should be able to do the whole 85% deal, but it's fine. Let's go 5x10. That's still a decent contract for him just to sign him up. And then Oshie, let's just go 5x11.5. Let's do it. Just for the love of God, stay here. I mean, we need you anyway. I was trying to get you under a safe deal just in case something crazy happens. You never know. We've seen crazy player development. The reason why I try to be this safe is because, I mean, everyone's seen it. You know, you never know when someone's going to progress out of nowhere. Oshie, I will kill you. You never know when there's going to be a Scott Darling out of nowhere who goes from an 81 to an 88, just randomly. That can happen in this game, and if that happens to us, we could be in a little bit of trouble cap-wise. Oshie, you're just, oh God, you're such a douche. I'll do the same thing for you. I mean, I can pretty much guarantee that you'll sign this, and if you don't, then I'm screwed. So yeah, please do. Just, whoa, why did that show like a free agent style logo next to his name? That was so weird. Oshie, you could really screw us here. Thankfully, you didn't. Allow me to panic check that everyone re-signed. This part of the episode has taken so much longer than I would have expected, and I'm sorry for that, but hey, at least you get to follow along with the drama as I nearly lose my mind because these players suddenly don't value the almighty dollars, or suddenly value the almighty dollar more than they used to. So for now, let's go ahead and sim through free agency up until Hainsey's signed, and then we'll bring in a veteran. Will Hainsey get an offer this year? It was around this time last episode. At least this time. There it is. Okay. I was wondering if it was going to happen. And this time, a team is not making a mistake. Joseph Hainsey, $12.6 million for the next 3 years by Washington. That is their next 2 first-round picks and a second and third-round pick in this year's draft. So by waiting a year, if anything, the game helped me out by giving us a tad bit more compensation. I have to take it. Without injuries on, there are no reasons for us to decline this. So, Hainsey, I love you, but we're going to hope that Oshie's the man for us, and we're going to hope that we can hit on these extra first-round picks. There's no trading in this series. This is the only way to bring in extra assets. We have to do it. This might go down as the biggest mistake in this series. Aside from trading for Jake Bengoa, this will probably top it if this backfires. Joseph Hainsey is off to Washington. We get that extra compensation. Oshie needs to be the guy for us. And for now, let's look to bring in a veteran. You have Boone Jenner, Arvidsson, Andrew Kopp, Mikhail Grigorenko. Andrew Kopp down to a 67. Poor guy. Marco Dano, Postler. I don't want to waste too much time with this, I suppose. Lehkonen, I'd sign you, but, you know, you killed me in the Montreal series earlier this year. Kevin LeBanc. We have Carl Neal. Not Chris Neal, of course. I mean, we knew that because it wasn't a defense. You know, he's not a defenseman. Connor Garland. Connor, it's your lucky day. You have great flow, and it's your lucky day because we're going to sign you. We are. We are going to sign you. Have fun with a $16 million contract. We can finally sim to the preseason. Of course, the good thing with this is that it never really takes too long to set up a team, and the season sim for us typically takes 7 minutes-ish. So, we will still be on pace. And if we make the playoffs, then you're damn right I'm going to make you wait until the next episode. You know I have to. I have to be that big of a jerk. I have to. What can I say? But yeah, I imagine this episode will be, I don't know, it might be a weird one. Just, I don't know how I feel about the intro. I don't like having to redo intros because I always feel like I hit on a certain point, and then if the dog goes insane because she sees a cat out the window and there's no salvaging that intro and I got to do it over, then I'm self-conscious and feeling like, man, I'm going to forget to say something, and that intro was so good, and then it's just a mess, and then I get sad, and it's just, ugh. But, you know, we're here now, and that's all that matters. Despite the fact that, of course, you know, my players, my loyal players decided to hold out for more money. I don't blame them, really. I don't. Why not hold out for more money when you're probably never going to see the playoffs? Although, contender team status. Could this be the year? So we have Oshie and Hargrave as the 1-2 punch in net. Defensively, O'Donnell, Reza, Mile, Parker, Bishop. And it is going to be Gleason or Riddle, unless we have seen some crazy progression. I was going to check this, and I should have to begin with. Have we seen any kind of crazy progression from Wakabayashi? Is it worth signing him and playing him on the third pairing? He is a 69. Nice. I think we'll leave him unsigned for this year. We could see some crazy progression in general, whether he's unsigned or playing at the NHL level. We will give probably Riddle the chance, but I do want to take a look at the potentials and at the individual stats. Who is the best option for us between Gleason and Riddle? So Gleason 27, Riddle's 26. Neither's really going to improve. And I mean, one's more defensive with better skating, and Riddle at least has some sort of offensive talent to him. I think because of that, we're going to give good old Jerry Riddle here the chance. Low aggressiveness, but good body checking. Kind of weird how that worked out. And then forward-wise, we need our top 12. So we know it's going to be a 78 overall guy. Who is it going to be, though? It's between Anderson, Dolan, and Bitts. And, I mean, Bitts is 24 and has the chance to get better. But Anderson Dolan's been a part of this team for his entire career. Outside of the offensive awareness, though, it's not great, you know? I feel like we have to give Bitts the chance. So, Anderson Dolan, I'm sorry. You may very well be named captain of the Tacoma Evergreens if I decide to actually put in a little bit of effort. But let's see here. So, in terms of the team setup, we do have quite a few. You know me, I prefer to have my righties on the right. Does it do anything? Probably not. But it's the way I prefer to set it up. So it's going to be done. Although I'd rather have Lorentz on the right. Okay, so we're good. So I have Lorentz on the fourth line, Sutter on the third line, Yamamoto there on the second. From there, we're still going to continue the top line of Rogalski, Bengoa, and Tanel. And I am okay with Jonas, Belfour, and Yamamoto. Third line works. To be honest, I could drop Sutter. I could. Lorentz can play center. I think I'll leave Sutter there. It's just whether or not I want Bitts on that higher line or Hamhuis. And because Hamhuis is younger and a point better, who's better at center? We have Volk, Hamhuis, or Klo. Let's go for Klo at center. And that works. Belfour's a better center. Beautiful. So Rogalski, Bengoa, and Tanel, Jonas, Belfour, and Yamamoto, Hamhuis, Klo, Sutter, Bitts, Volk, and Lorentz. Without a doubt, the best our offense has looked throughout the course of this series. And then defensively, no doubt of the top pairing, it's Reza and O'Donnell. We'll have Parker and Mile, Riddle, and Steven Bishop. No doubt the best our defense has looked. The goaltending, I mean, Oshie is the man, but the backup's now a question. Without injuries on, it's not as big of a concern, but he will get games played throughout the regular season. and one has to hope he'll at least finish with the winning record. And defensively, we want to take out Chubarov. Suglobov is not ours. We have McDonald and Festerini. Festerini is pretty much a lost cause, so let's put in McDonald. No offense to Festerini, of course, but it's more in terms of I don't believe he'll develop. I'm not questioning his character or anything. He has plenty of truculence, I am sure. And then on the offensive side of things, who are the lowest overall players who can no longer develop? Man, Jake Bengoa. Such a bust. And it's a conversation worth having. Did we rush him to the NHL level too soon? I mean, you've seen what some players can do. Some seem to be affected by it. Others do not. There is a little consistency with it. Dillman, I'll probably take out Dillman before I take out Geeky. So who do we have here? Mikkola is not ours. Daryl Bolig is. He's 21 and a 65. I think I would rather leave Dillman in. I don't believe Bolig will develop, so I'm going to have him sit at center. Connor needs to be in the lineup. He is better than Dillman as it is. Morgan Geeky and Jake Bengoa, you guys get to stay. So Braithwaite is the next guy who's on the chopping block here. And we know that Rintoul's coming into the lineup. Barry is also probably worth having in the lineup. And then again, medium bottom six. So I think I'm just going to bring in Rintoul, and we are okay. From there, I want the highest overall guys in the best position. Let's try to optimize this as much as we can. So we'll have Champion Sauer and Tool, Connor, Geeky, Bengoa. Oh, Anderson Dolan at center over Horton, indeed. And who's the best center of the bunch? That would be Van Allen. Beautiful. The team is set. Both teams are set. And we are good to go for another season. I suppose, we haven't done it in a while. Let's take a look at who the captains are, and we'll reset them for the season. So Trent is still the captain, rightfully so. Sutter and Tennell are the alternates, which I don't know, man. I almost want to take the captaincy off of Trent, but I won't. I'm going to take it off Tennell. We need to give it to our best defenseman, O'Donnell. And then just whether or not I want Sutter as the veteran or if I want it to be Kyler, and I'm more happy with Sutter. So Kyler, I'm sorry, but Riley Sutter will hold on to the alternate. And then down in the AHL, why not? It takes 30 seconds. Let's set it. Let's do it. They're also listed as contenders. It could be a huge year for this franchise. Let's take a look. McBride's not even our player, so kick rocks. Chubarov's not even our player, and neither is Suglobov. Boy, this game doesn't think too highly of any of our guys, apparently. Let's have Ty Smith hold a letter. Let's go with... Tempted to go with Jake Bengoa, but also I'm obviously extremely disappointed. No, it's got to be Morgan Geeky and Jared Anderson Dolan. Has to be. Has to be. So we'll have that long-time trio, those long-standing members of the team, lead the way. And we will get this season underway. The last thing we have to do is set up the scouting, and then we are good to go. The extra pick, and you know what? It might be worth at the beginning of the season taking a look at Washington. I want to see what their lineup looks like. I want to see how likely it is that we have a higher pick, or at least a lottery pick. I mean, think, if we make the playoffs and then still end up with a lottery pick, that would be incredible for us. Regardless, it's certainly a risk with how low the picks have been. But I don't know. I'd like to think our current backup can still manage to get us some wins. At least have a winning record in terms of appearances. Don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. Just do your goddamn job is what I'm saying. Win us some games so that Oshie's legs don't fall off, and I will be happy. That's all you have to do. So let's see here as we get ready. Obviously the preseason wasn't that kind to us, but we'll see what's up. So we're listed as contenders. Washington listed as hopefuls. We will take a look at their lineup as if this was a playoff series. And we'll begin the season sim. So let's see here. Washington is pretty well-rounded, but they don't have a true all-star, at least in terms of forwards. A couple of 84s, a couple of 83s. On defense, oh my God. All right. I mean, we've seen teams with less have success. Whether or not Joseph Hainsey can single-handedly carry that team, that's pretty much the only way that they find success. It's a pretty similar situation in Washington to what we're looking like right now. If you really think about it, how much better are they on paper than we are? So this could be interesting. We could easily end up with 2 lottery picks. Both of these teams could absolutely suck. Both of these teams could make the playoffs. It's a part of the way the game balances things out in terms of, again, like just the balance of your team. We've seen it sometimes. The game will be like, oh, okay, you have a team of superstars. You'll do incredibly well. Other times, you won't. We've seen that in a current series. We have seen that in the old Rebuilding Hockeytown series where we had super teams. Some years we just walked to the cup. It wasn't an issue. Other years, 60-plus win seasons, get swept in the first round. So you never quite know how the game is going to decide to play out on any given day. And I feel like the first month of the season is a good indicator of that, as we started off very strongly, only to now be barely above 500. So you just never know. It's that kind of any given Sunday feeling. If this game wants to, we're going to win the cup this year if it's kind enough. Otherwise, I don't know. It's incredibly weird. So we will see. In terms of having that balance, sometimes those weaker teams that have a great goaltender, that goaltender will post a .940, win the Vezina, and lead that team to the playoffs. They can lead the team to a cup. We've seen that before. Allow me to take a swig of the old Arnold Palmer here. Hashtag not an ad yet. We're going to make that happen. Mainly for the Twitch side of things. All right. 11 goaltenders in this draft. That's obviously not our concern. But we'll see what happens here. The record is looking okay. I would prefer us to start losing more games in overtime if we were going to lose. Tacoma as well, with the winning record for the moment. But it is only mid-December. We have a long way to go. But so far, so good for both teams. But yeah, point being, for Washington, I didn't even get a look at their record when we played them 2 weeks ago, but for Washington, can Hainsey carry that team? For the Sea Cattle, can Oshie carry this team? I would say in terms of like top to bottom depth, their team's probably looking a little bit better, but we have legitimate superstars with not only Ben Goa, but with Tennell, O'Donnell, and Reza. So I'd say we might even have a better team than the Caps, but point being, you just don't know how it's going to play out. And at least we have been picking up some overtime losses as of late. 96 forwards in this draft, and a great chance with the high-level talent that the WHL gives out or produces. There's a really good chance of the majority of the first round being made up of WHL forwards. And it's just kind of weird how it does that. I mean, granted, I'd probably rather see legitimate first-round picks and top 5 and top 10 picks come from the WHL more than having it be completely random. But, it would be nice to have a German player be a legitimate top 5 pick every once in a while. I think that would be a little bit more fun. And to me, I fail to see how there wouldn't be a way to program that properly. I feel like the game could account for a Nico Hischier occasionally being the number one guy. So every once in a while, every 1 out of 10 years, maybe there's a German player that goes number one. How often, if ever, do you see Russians go number one? It's normally a CHL player, occasionally an American, but it's normally a CHL player. And from the CHL, it's typically a WHL player. So I would like to see that. I don't want it to be crazy. I don't want the number one pick every other year to be from Kazakhstan. But you get the point. Have there be, like I said, every 10, 15 years for an elite level talent to come out of Kazakhstan. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. But, that's just not how it happens. So, really, while the series is a challenge because of how limited we are, if we were going to limit ourselves to just one region like we are, at least to this extent of only 4 teams from one region, the WHL is probably easy mode as compared to being like, oh, well, we only want to take players from OHL teams in the greater Toronto area, so like the Steelheads and Oshawa, right? I mean, in the QM, the Q would be worse. The QMJHL would be much worse. Oh my God, by the way, 42 wins, 12 over. Are we going to make it? I got so caught up in that rant. Tacoma with the overtime losses might also be there. Let's put that rant on the back burner. We pretty much said all we had to say anyway. What are we looking at here? 2 games left, one against Arizona, one against the New York Rangers. Arizona's in the mix. The Rangers are not. 42, 26, and 12 on the year. Tacoma at 38, 32, and 10 with those overtime losses. Both of us could be in a playoff spot. Let's take a look. Is this the year? It's the year! The Seattle Sea Cattle have done it. In 2031, we are a playoff team. Oh my God. It's already confirmed. We're currently in a wild card spot. If we win our last 2 games, we could tie with Edmonton. If Edmonton doesn't pick up a win, we could pass them and play LA in the first round. We are I cannot believe that. The overtime losses coming up clutch. We're 2 points ahead of Vancouver right now. So 1 point. 1 point in our next 2 games. Make sure that we are not the 8th seed. I cannot believe this. Like, it's just, we hit April, and I looked, I'm like, okay, 42 wins, we probably have a chance. And then I saw the overtime losses, and I had a really good feeling. The Seattle Sea Cattle are a playoff team for the very first time. Oh my God, I can't wait to look at the stats and that everything. I do need to find out, though, with Tacoma, are they in it? They're a little bit too far out. They're a little bit too far out. It would take 9... Yeah, so right now they're 4 points back of Laval. And with 2 games left, I'm not seeing it. So I still think Tacoma will miss out, barring a miracle. But it's impressive that they were even as close as they were. We are going to the Stanley Cup playoffs for the very first time. That is ridiculous. We beat Arizona and then lost to the Rangers. So I'm intrigued to see where we finished in the standings. That loss to the Rangers is rough. But our final record here at the end of the season through 82 games, 43 wins, 27 losses, 12 OTLs. Tacoma finishing the year at 38, 34, and 10. Where are we? Are we the 7th seed or the 8th seed? And we are the 7th seed. Vancouver will play San Jose. We will be playing the Winnipeg Jets in round 1. That is ridiculous. We are going to play the Winnipeg Jets in round 1. I cannot believe this. We have actually done it. 82 games down, but we're not done yet. Let's look at this team. Pete Rogalski, now 25 years old, put up 32 goals with 26 assists. He was a plus 11. That is a new career high in points. My God, he's been an NHLer for this long. This was his 8th year in the league already. How is that possible? He's been, what? How is that possible? I mean, I guess, is it going to register him as turning 26? He's been playing in the NHL since we drafted him. Oh, my God. And, I mean, aside from the slight, I mean, yeah, he's been getting better. 4 years ago, hit 50 points, put up 49, 52, and then the 58. Ridiculous. 10 of those points on the power play. Great season for Rogalski. Trent Bengoa, he was the leading scorer. 26 goals and 45 assists, a new career high. He breaks the 60-point mark for the first time in his career, and he also breaks the 70-point mark in the same season. 1 goal shy of a career high of 27 that he set a few years ago, and he's also a plus player for the first time in his career. He's got a long way to go to become a positive plus for his career stats, but he might get there. And then Tommy Tunnell, the dish machine. I mean, granted, Bengoa put up more. Bengoa had the more goals too, but still, not a career high. He did put up 63 points a few seasons ago, but back-to-back 55-point seasons, 12 goals, and 43 assists for him. The 55 points. I'd mentioned that top line potentially being the difference maker. There you go. The second line, 21-year-old Manny Jonas, 18 goals and 25 assists. Granted, he put up 64 points last year in the AHL. To put up 43 in your rookie season, that is very respectable. That 92 offensive awareness, he has a cannon of a shot. Manny Jonas, great addition to this team. Stephen Belfour, 11 goals, 24 assists, and did finish as a minus player, only 35 points. Pretty disappointing for him, and we could look to potentially drop him. He has 2 40-point seasons in his career. Maybe we'll drop him down to a lower line. And Kyler Yamamoto, very disappointing. So for Manny Jonas to have the point total, I need to go back and look at how many power play points he had, but Belfour and Yamamoto, quite disappointing. 11 of those points are on the power play for Jonas. Okay, that makes sense. But it might be worth running Belfour and Kyler on the third line moving forward. We'll see, depending on these other stats. Calvin Hamhuis, 13 goals, 4 assists. 13 goals, huh? He put up 23 points last year, so a bit of a drop this year in his sophomore season. Eric Clough, 10 goals and 16 assists, 26 points. In his 4th year, that is his lowest point total since his rookie season. And Sutter, 14 goals, 17 assists, good for 31 points. His lowest point total since 2025-2026. So not ideal. We may need to look at reshuffling these lines, though. Not sure what exactly we'd want to do. Down to the 4th line, he had 14 points for Brent Bitts. A bit of a drop-off for him as well. Logan Volk did incredibly well on the 4th line. 27 points is not that bad. That is a new career high for him as well. So congrats to him. And Chuck Lorentz, 6 goals and 16 assists. Not a career high, but not too bad. A bit of a return to form. So offensively, there are certainly some changes that we could make to try and better optimize this. Defensively, we start off with Reza, 11 goals, 4 helpers. That is a new career high in points with 15. He also took 103 penalty minutes, which, 81 discipline combined with those checking stats, that's not really all that surprising. O'Donnell, oh my God. Evan Eric Carlson O'Donnell, 15 goals, 44 assists. He took 245 shots. Not to mention Reza took 206. So I guess that explains it, as our defensemen certainly get involved. Jesus, they shot the puck. I guess that makes sense that a defenseman would shoot the puck more in the second line center. But Belfour only took 86 shots, whereas our number 1 defenseman took 245. Oh my God, O'Donnell, a new career high in points with 59 on the season. Corey Parker puts up 20 points, up from his previous high of 8. So great season for him now at 21 years old. What a great addition to the team. He has been. Sam Mele as well. I love this top 4. We waited so long for them. Parker, Mele, O'Donnell. The oldest one is 24 years old. It's ridiculous. Sam Mealy put up 7 goals with 16 helpers, good for 23 points, up from the 5 he had last season in his rookie year. And Jerry Riddle, he was more of the offensive option compared to, I cannot remember his name, and it's fine. You know what I'm talking about. We chose him. He was a little bit more capable offensively, only put up 4 points, but he was a plus player. Steven Bishop, good Lord, 2 goals and 24 assists, not a career high. But not too bad. Had no points on the power play as well, so that's a pretty good sign. Love this defense. Riddle is really the only major weak point, and we already have his replacement coming in Wakabayashi, hopefully. And then we get to goaltending. Joshua Oshie, goddamn, 66 appearances, 33 wins, a .929 save percentage with a 2.24 GAA, and 6 shutouts. The backup was Grant Hargrave. The save percentage was about league average, but look at the wins. 16 appearances, 10 wins. He got the job done, and that is what matters. So moving into the playoffs, we have options defensively, although I'd argue it's probably good. Might be able to look at maybe replacing Riddle. We'll take a look at the AHL stats as well, even though Tacoma are not playoff bound. But you look at the offense, we have options if we want to change things up. Down in the AHL, Drew Horton killed it, but I don't really think we'd consider calling him up to replace anybody. Anderson Dolan, it might be worth giving him a shot over someone like Brent Bitts. I'm not entirely sure. Terry Whitfield put up 32 points, not bad for a medium top 9 potential. Cedric Barabal, though, was their leading scorer, and you want to talk about somebody that could make an impact. I don't know if he's ready now, but 29 goals and 32 assists. He, at that low elite potential, could turn into somebody for us very, very soon. Johnny Van Allen had a great season. Again, don't know if we'd want to give him a chance. Dwayne Moses as well, not too bad. Scott Connor, good for 35 points. Morgan Geekie, good for 50 points. Oh my God. What a killer at the AHL level. And Jake Bengoa as well. I mean, he's spent the past 5 seasons down in the AHL. Yeah, I mean, he put up 20 to 30 points in his 4 seasons at the NHL level, which isn't terrible, all things considered. But he is a killer at the AHL level. A regular Chris Bork, good for 50 points. 52 points was his lowest point total in the past 4 years. What a monster he is at that lower level. You have Todd Champion there, Marty Sauer, and the 25 points for Bear Rintoul. Defensively, the other option was Gleason, who put up 8 points. I'd say we'd probably keep the defense the same. Whether or not we wanted to make a forward change, though, I suppose would be an option. Pat Wisniewski played 69 games, which is a very nice total. He had a great season. Victor Chelios, not so much. 18 appearances and only 1 win for Victor Chelios, you poor bastard. If you want to know why Tacoma just missed out, that would be the reason. Had we kept the goaltending situation the same and Hargrave had been the guy down in the AHL, Tacoma probably would have made the playoffs. Now, I do need to look. You might have seen it already. I haven't. Where did Washington finish? That is the question. Out of the playoffs. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we have a playoff spot, and we have an extra pick that is in the lottery. That is gigantic. Washington finished 25th. So we have a chance at a top 10 draft pick. That is amazing. Oh, man. Now we just have to hope that Washington doesn't really have anybody in their system that can make them a better team for next year. And hopefully that draft pick is also great. But everything is coming up Millhouse for this team. The thing that I'm scared of is as we're approaching the 48-minute mark, I need to wrap this episode up soon, so we're not going to be simming the playoffs in this episode. Like I said, I was going to tease you. Remember when I said that? We're going to wait until the next episode, but I have to wonder, are we going to get the whole EA voodoo of, well, you left and then you continued, so you lose. Good day, sir. As Dave Moore was the only player to break 80 points. I guess that makes some players look even better. I'll take a look at McDavid's point totals for those who care. I guess that makes some players look even better. knowing that scoring was down league-wide. So, there you go. Trent Bengoa was up there. And I do want to take a look at rookie skaters. No chance for a Calder, but again, for someone like Manny Jonas, a very respectable season. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but that will do it for this one, because in the next episode, we are taking on the Winnipeg Jets in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It has happened. April 11th, 2031. It is confirmed. We are taking on Winnipeg in round one. It's beautiful. Nashville plays Minnesota. LA plays Edmonton. San Jose square off against Vancouver. Over in the East, the Philadelphia Flyers and the New York Islanders. Pittsburgh and Florida. Toronto and Detroit. Buffalo and Ottawa. I hope you've enjoyed. It's been an interesting episode with as good of a result as we possibly could have asked for. I'm intrigued to see what suggestions you might have for the lineup. Wow. I cannot I cannot believe this. We have actually done it. You know what, let's look at him in this beautiful jersey. It's been a while since we've looked at these. Trent Bengoa, your fearless leader and captain, has helped lead the Seattle Sea Cattle to the playoffs for the very first time. I love these jerseys. Like, I need to make these the jerseys for me and Ishel, because these are, like, man, NHL, like, the NHL should make these an all-star jersey, and I should get compensation. Guys, thank you again for watching. You know what you can do to support the video and the channel. Leave a like, subscribe, notification bell, and all that fun stuff. I appreciate the continued support while the upload schedule has been a bit weaker than normal. This will more than likely, at this point, because I didn't expect this video to take about an hour, this will more than likely be the only video up for Friday. Friday is going to be a rough day for me personally. If you've paid attention to this series, you can kind of assume why. I'm hoping heading into next week, after this weekend, I'm hoping I can get back into the normal groove of multiple uploads a day. I'm going to do what I can. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. Like I said, I didn't expect to still be doing this. We are approaching that 3-year mark. We're on the road to 10K, and I've said it before. The 1-year goal was 1K. We did it. The 2-year goal was 5K. We did it. The 3-year goal for me to feel like, hey, this is still really worth putting a lot of focus into is 10K, and we should get there by the end of the summer. And to have this be an option, like a somewhat successful option for me to just kind of put some time into, to focus, to be able to, I guess have that cathartic relief of just being able to fuck around and play a video game. Thank you. That's all I can say. So until the next one, have a good one, take it easy, and I will see you in the goddamn playoffs. Yes.